Let's go. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be bringing you guys another episode of Full Day of Going to the Movie Theater. And in this episode of Full Day of Going to the Movie Theater, I will be going to the movie theater to watch the new Borderlands movie. Now, before I say anything else that I'm going to say in this part of the vlog, for this episode of Full Day of Going to the Movie Theater, I just wanted to admit to you guys that I have never played any of the Borderlands video games. This was a video game series where I just didn't care for any of the video games. I was just never that interested in playing them. So what ended up happening was that this movie had gotten announced a long time ago. It was actually announced to be in production hell for quite some time, and then late 2021, early 2022, the production started picking up again, and then we started getting casting announcements, then we started getting like, oh, the movie's filming now, and then after that, the first trailer drops, and the first trailer is just really not that good. Now, a lot of people would probably ask, well, if you were never actually interested in the series at all, or you never played any of the video games, then why would you care about the movie? Well, the answer is simple. I watch movies to, review them, and then I like to talk about them. That's pretty much it. And I do know about the video game adaptation curse, whether it be movies or television, actually. That's just how it's always gone for, video game adaptation, movies or television, where they're generally not good at all. I mean, the other video game adaptation that I watched just very recently was the Halo TV series. I watched the season 1 of that show, complete just garbage. I know that had nothing to do with the games because the creators admitted that they kind of wanted to do their own thing. And generally speaking, this conversation generally goes into a wide range of many different areas. In my own personal opinion, you can have a balance of both. If you hire someone to do a TV show or a movie based off of an already huge existing property, it's probably good for that person that's making the product to actually do some level of research into what they're making. Because there were 2 videos that I uploaded to the channel talking about the Borderlands movie. The first one that I uploaded, which is more important to what I'm going to bring up right now, is that in that first video, I had played the clip where the director of this movie, Eli Roth, was talking about the fact that he wanted to kind of make a Star Wars movie and a few other popular franchises movies kind of in mix with this. And it's like, if you really wanted to make those kind of movies, then you should have got and tried to be hired on getting to make those movies, because for a popular video game series like Borderlands, I know it's very popular for a lot of people, this could actually have been a very good thing, because if this movie, I'm not saying it's bad or good, because I know the reviews are pretty bad for it. I go and make my own opinion for myself. I always choose to watch things for myself and judge things for myself. Let's just say if this completely bombs and no one likes it, right? Well, this could have been a good opportunity to have more movies, which obviously would be more money for the studio that makes it, and could have potentially reinvigorated more love into the franchise for newer people to play than potentially down the road, another video game. And you guys get the point, though. If you make a good video game adaptation of something, it could lead to much more success down the road. That's all I'm saying, right? But if you guys had watched the first video I uploaded to the channel talking about the Borderlands movie, we had just really low ticket purchases. The early reviews came out where the review embargo got lifted pretty much a day before the movie actually released. And they were just very, very, very bad. And then the whole Grace Randolph thing, or basically, long story short, if you actually register for an account on Rotten Tomatoes, you can actually show your score of what you would give a movie. She didn't actually show her score, despite her saying that she went into the movie and actually liked it. Now, whether or not she's being genuine about her opinion or not is something that we just have to debate amongst ourselves. But if you really think a movie's good, then put your money where your mouth is. If you even think it's so good it's bad, put your score there. A lot of other critics did. They made their scores very apparent to what they actually thought the movie was. Most of them gave it like a 3 out of 10, 3 out of 5, whatever the system is. Because I know the system is a little bit different for critics versus like audience member. I'm not a verified person on there. I'm just an audience person, actually. So I can just go on there and just give my review as an audience member, you know? But the more movies you watch, the more you get put in the algorithm. You guys know how that works, right? So yeah, we're looking at also my second video that I uploaded before you see this one, which is the Thursday night previews. The movie took in $1.32 million at the box office for Thursday night previews. Domestically, the movie, I think currently, I don't know about worldwide. Let's see. Okay, before I go to the theater, let's see what the movie's taken in worldwide so far. So let's go Borderlands. What has this movie taken in so far? Borderlands box office. All right. So Borderlands box office. I'll just go to Borderlands on Box Office Mojo. And right here, the movies. Okay, so it's just totaling the numbers so far. So it hasn't really gotten one at all yet. Maybe they might have it on. No, Wikipedia won't have it. I mean, they have the Thursday night numbers. Okay, so far total, it's just taken in $4 million. $4 million. That's really bad. That's what I'm looking at right now. Because before it was 1.32 million, and then now it's at 4 million. So let me go and see if there's any like websites that have updated it. Borderlands bombs at the box office with 10 million opening weekend. Apparently, it only has a 10 million opening weekend because you have Blake Lively's newest movie opening. It Ends With Us. That's got apparently a $24 million opening. But Blake Lively, you guys know, is Ryan Reynolds' wife. She's not gonna be beating her husband. Like Deadpool, Wolverine, and Despicable Me 4 are gonna be the top movies right now. And the reason why this movie is gonna even further bomb is because next week, when we have the other episode, we're gonna be watching Alien Romulus. We know that's beating this movie. So this movie getting released at this time is really, really bad. So let's see, Borderlands, where is it at? Because Lionsgate's financing it. And, you know, Lionsgate likes to take their chances on, like, these other really big franchises to the point where, like, the franchises that they take, you know, risks on, they're generally, like, really big, but you have to treat them with care and love and respect. Like, I don't know what they were doing, actually. So what did Borderlands take in? I don't know yet. They haven't really put it up so far. Borderlands. No, it just says it has very bad buzz right now. No, that's it. I mean, okay, so it apparently, Borderlands, Lionsgate's long gestating adaptation of Take-Two's Shoot 'em and Loot 'em video game series, the feature took in a meager $4 million from 3,125 locations. This is coming from Variety. Even with increased ticket sales from playing IMAX and other premium large format auditoriums, the sci-fi comedy is in serious danger of opening below 10 million, a terrible result for a film considering its production budget of $115 million. And the marketing was around $16 million anyway. It could even be below director Eli Roth's last feature, the modestly budgeted slasher Thanksgiving, which got to 8 digits in its debut last fall. So that's the biggest problem right there, which is that, you know, if Hollywood wants movies like this to be good, then the people that are making them need to do their research on the franchise, and you need to hire competent writers on the film in order to make it actually worthwhile watching. Not just for hardcore fans, but for people that just want to get in to watching the movie as well, right? So this movie coming out right now with Despicable Me 4, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Alien Romulus, this movie's going to be bombing hard at the box office. But yeah, that's all I need to say for this first part of the episode, I just want to say before we go into the next part where you'll see me at the theater, thank you guys for the milestone that we just hit on the channel, 1,000 subscribers. You guys know I lost my other really big channel earlier last year. Sucked, but you know, things happen, shit happens. You got to get back on your feet, get back on the horse. And we got to 1,000 subs, so then now I can work on the other channels and get them to where it needs to be. You know, I want to get the comic channel to 100 subs, and the next channel to 100 subs, and the next channel. And then I can just upload content on them, and then they're going to grow organically as they need to be. So, yes, we'll see you guys in the next part of the vlog where I'll be at the movie theater. Just arrived at the movie theaters to watch Borderlands. So in the previous 2 episodes, I actually just straight up walked down to the movie theater because it's really not that far from my house. And when I walk down here, I can just put in my headphones and just, you know, listen to music before I arrive here. But in this episode, I actually got a ride down here. So I actually arrived a little bit earlier than expected, but it wasn't like that much earlier. The showing is at 9:30 PST, and I got here at like 9:15 actually. And I was contemplating like going over to the Taco Bell and just getting Taco Bell to, you know, take home. But by the time I get out of the movie, Taco Bell is probably going to be closed and your boy is starving. So I'll probably end up like, you know, just eating food here. Last time I was here, I didn't really like the popcorn actually. You know, being honest here, I've never been that much of a popcorn guy. Special kinds of popcorn that you buy in like, you know, supermarkets are really, really good. You know, but movie theater popcorn can be pretty hit or miss, honestly. Probably get some chili cheese nachos like I usually do, and like a Snickers ice cream bar. That's what I usually get, actually. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm supposed to expect from this movie. The reviews have been pretty bad, but as you guys know, you got to go in, watch for yourself, make up your own mind, you know, see this for yourself, judge for yourself. That's what I've always done as a person that has consumed movies, TV, anime, anything of that nature, actually. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part because there's a train coming right now, and I don't want you guys hearing that. But, yeah, see you guys in the next part when I come out of the theater, okay? So I just got out of watching Borderlands, and it sure was a movie. I mean, the director directed, the actors acted, the music played, and producers produced, and, yeah, I'm going to be completely honest here. I don't know what the fuck I even saw. Movie went in, like, every different direction you can imagine, just throwing so much shit at the wall to see what sticks. Is this like the worst movie of the year? You could make the argument, honestly. The ending is just like, what the fuck, honestly, you know? So, yeah, that's my quick out of the theater reaction. We're watching Borderlands. I'm being honest here, like I just said a second ago, I don't know what the fuck I even saw. This was certainly one of the movies ever made. All right, so when I get home, I'll give you guys my Borderlands spoiler-free movie review, and we're going to have an open spoiler discussion for this movie on Monday, actually, with me and Society Reviews. So we'll see you guys in the next part, okay? I just got back from the movie theater, and now for the final part of the vlog, to end the vlog, I will be giving you guys my Borderlands spoiler-free movie review. So, as you guys know, because I mentioned it in the first part of the vlog and the several other previous videos that I uploaded to the channel talking about Borderlands, I have never actually played any of the Borderlands video games, and I know nothing about the franchise. So this movie was basically my first exposure to the franchise, and at least I know that this is not probably what the games are about, at least in terms on a story level point of view, because nothing can be worse than watching this movie. So this movie has been getting completely destroyed by critics and moviegoers alike, actually. So just from my point of view, there is a lot of things really wrong with the movie, starting with the actual cast. Now, the reason why in video game adaptation movies or TV shows, the reason why the cast and the story are the most important parts about them, even more so than other movies, is because a video game is mostly driven off of gameplay, story, and characters, right? Well, in movies and television adaptations, you don't really get to see the gameplay portion of it, so it's really heavily reliant on how the characters are portrayed and how the story material is adapted. Like I said before, I don't know anything about the story material for Borderlands, but I can talk about the characters. So the characters in this movie are absolutely uninteresting, unappealing, horrible characters. I mean, the only character that's somewhat interesting, that somewhat has an arc in the movie, is just Kate Blanchett's character, Lilith. The other little girl, her character was kind of sort of useful until the plot decided, hey, this character is not useful anymore. Kevin Hart's character, really don't know why he was really here, to be honest with you. Jamie Lee Curtis's character, outside of like, hey, just to kind of progress the plot forward, she had no real reason to be here. Then you had the guy who was the big giant buff axe wielding guy. I mean, he was just a muscle, but he wasn't really that interesting either. The little robot character, pretty sure is a part of the Borderlands video games, and you guys saw in the trailer anyway, so that wouldn't be a spoiler. The robot character I thought was cool, I guess. I mean, there was sometimes the character was just really annoying, but other than that, yeah, Kate Blanchett's character was kind of cool, and the robot character, actually. And what really just bugged me about the movie was just the dialogue. The dialogue was really bad. You know, characters, no chemistry on screen at all. Basically, you could just tell these guys are just here for a paycheck. None of these guys have any synergy or chemistry whatsoever. I mean, there is one cool scene in the movie that I'll talk about. There was this scene where they had to basically get to this next part to obviously basically advance the plot that was really bad, actually. And then they're basically like mowing down these big giant dudes, actually. It was like all in the dark and they were just mowing them down. Actually, I thought that was the coolest part of the movie, just like that part of the movie, which was like, I guess the middle to the end of the second act, actually. Because this movie, despite actually only being like, I think an hour and 20 minutes, maybe hour 40 minutes, honestly, it just feels like a slog to get through, even though it's going really fast. Like, the movie's pacing is really, really fast, and not in a good way. Things are just happening constantly, so fast that you can't really sit down and just kind of take it all in. Things are just going so incredibly fast that, oh, this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and then now we're at this part, and then now we're at this part. Sorry about that. I've been kind of like dehydrated all day. That's why I've been drinking Gatorade in the review. So that's kind of where we're at with this movie. I'm being completely honest here. If you want to just wait to watch this on streaming, you can. There's no real reason to go to the movie theaters to watch this. I really personally wouldn't. This is a movie where like the music was also not that entertaining. Oh my God, the villain. The villain was so bad. This villain was so trash. Not only was he barely on screen, but he actually barely did anything throughout the plot. And he's supposed to be like this really menacing character that you're supposed to like fear, but nah, nothing happens. And then like toward the end of the movie, there's this like big reveal, and then it's basically, hey, the woman is the key to everything. So that's kind of what we're at right now. Yeah, this movie. The special effects, I think the special effects, the CGI were some of the best parts about the movie. Most of the, I would say like the actual action wasn't all that bad. Like when they were doing like the gunfights and everything, that was like kind of cool. But other than that, I am being honest here, this movie was just absolutely terrible. It was dreadful, slog to get through. I mean, like, talk about basically no chemistry in the cast. The characters are uninteresting. The dialogue is terrible. The music selection is bad. The set pieces are kind of cool, I'll say that. Cinematography is not really all that great either. The way the plot is set up, it's not like that hard to follow, though I wouldn't really necessarily call the plot like the worst thing ever. It's so basic and it has been done so many times that it's just like, oh, okay. What else would I would say? Oh, the humor. Like I said before, the jokes really all don't land that much for the most part. Like, I remember I was the only person in my theater watching this, you know, and I was sitting here thinking like, damn, I'm about to pay for a steaming pile of garbage, actually, you know? So that's where we end off with Borderlands, actually. video game adaptations from game to screen need better care and handle with the products, because when you have someone like Eli Roth that was on this, I mean, bro, this shit was just stop, man. It's just not worth it, man. Like, I can see why people know about the video game movie TV adaptation curse. This is clearly just a movie thrown together that is kind of just basically being like a PG-13 Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I know people might not like that example, but it really did kind of feel like a more bloodier Guardians of the Galaxy with a different franchise name labeled to it, honestly. I don't know what... Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what the movie's rating was. The movie's rating... Let me see. I'm pretty sure the movie is rated PG-13. I think it is, actually. Because I'm being honest here, I don't remember, honestly. The movie, if it's rated PG-13, I'm being completely honest here, that was probably a bad thing, because they could have did way more. Let me go and check my local movie theater right now, because being honest here, I truly don't remember, actually. Oh my god. Computer's moving slow right now. Give me 1 second. Oh my god. Hurry the fuck up, computer. God damn. Alright. This is important to the spoiler-free movie review. Okay, here we go. Borderlands. Borderlands film. Okay, so, yeah, after this loads, we'll see what rating this is, because I feel like this movie could have really benefited from a better rating, honestly. Okay, jeez. Okay, this movie, language, rating. Okay, I think it's rated PG-13. I think so. God, jeez. Being honest here, I don't know what's going on. Peter's just moving slow. Because this is the same thing that I talked about with, M. Night Shyamalan's newest film, Trap. These movies actually need a way better rating, if I'm being completely honest here. Okay, Borderlands. Jeez. Borderlands movie rating. Jeez. I see the rating. Yep, PG-13. So that's another big problem with the movie. This feels like a rated R movie that's PG-13. Same thing with Trap, honestly. There's like so many other gruesome death scenes that could be like there. Because I know that most of the Borderline games are like mature, which is obviously like rated R, for being completely honest here in movie terms. This movie being PG-13, it's just hindered it so hard. So, yeah, I mean, it looked like Cate Blanchett was having fun. Kevin Hart is just Kevin Hart. I really don't see why his character was here. I don't see right any of these characters were really here at all, other than Cate Blanchett's character. This is such a bad movie. Oh my god, this is a steaming pile of shit, actually. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for my Borderlands spoiler-free movie review. As you guys know, even though like sometimes I might go to the theater and I might watch a bad movie like this, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't go back to the theaters consistently more. When you watch a lot of movies like I do, you're going to watch some really good ones, and you're going to watch some really bad ones, like this one. So, yeah, as you guys know, my golden rule, go and I'll obviously see it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. You might actually like it. But if you're asking me personally, would you go to the theaters right now to watch it? Like I mentioned earlier, no. This is kind of like a way for streaming. This is not even like a movie where it's so good it's bad. It's just like so bad it's bad. It's just dumb, nonsensical bullshit. The people that were in charge of the video games, they were like, just go to the movie theaters and turn your brain off and have fun. And it's like, even with turn your brain off movies, I would still rate them across the board equally. And that goes with any movie, and I can understand there's minute differences between movies, obviously. But what I'm talking about is just because a movie is a turn your brain off movie does not mean it is like immune to getting criticized the same way other movies are, Like, did I enjoy watching this over Trap? Not really. I mean, Trap actually had some decent stuff about it. This is just not good. This is just not good at all, honestly. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll be having a Borderlands open spoiler discussion with me and Society Reviews Monday, 5:30 p.m. PST. This movie's already pretty much bombed at the box office, and I can't see a god-honest reason why anyone go and watch this dog shit. And which is sad, because this is a movie where it could have actually did really good for the franchise, but let's be honest here. We knew this was going to happen. Video game, movie, TV adaptations really aren't always that good anyway. So, yeah, I would just play the games. If you're a hardcore fan, you probably went to watch this and probably got a rope and try to tie it to a rail and jump off, because that's what I attempted to do after I watched this steaming pile of shit. So, yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're a returning viewer or newer viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell. That way, you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and I'm signing out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace.